He was like, look, I was born in 1945. I hate the 80s.
Oh, I suppose they would, wouldn't they?
So I was like, let me check my grandma's playlist.
Oh, man. Kind of like...
are we pre-show yet? Are we just not having this for the members?
Yeah, we're just pre-showing because I looked up at the doc and I realized I didn't paste in the pre-show, so I got to go upstairs to get the pre-show.
All right.
I left it upstairs. I left the pre-show upstairs. All right. Get in the chat room and say hi. Say good morning to Andrews over there. Get in that chat room and say good morning. We'd like some people in that chat room before we get going because we need some bang suggestals. We can't do it. We can't do the bang suggestals on our own. So get in there.
Justicles or something?
Oh,
like, I'm surprised you didn't.
It's a bang justicles? I don't know. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, you chat with Ange.
All right.
Get in the chat room.
Yep. Sorry for the delay, everyone. We had kid complications and that are resolved now, thankfully. Okay, why is Slack not updated? Or maybe, oh, no, never mind. It is updated. What do we got? Bangsticles, yes. I like the purple devil emoji, Mayhem. If I had an emoji to reflect who I am and how I feel, it is that emoji. My house key has that little plush emoji of that on it. How is everyone staying awake this morning or afternoon? Wherever your timeline may be. I have a giant Dr. Pepper from Jack in the Box. The guy at the drive-thru, his name was Jaime, said, Jaime, Jamie, Jaime, but Spanish. And anyway, he said, welcome to Jack's. What can I get for you? I was like, Jack's? And then he seemed kind of new. But I'm sure he knows it's Jack in the Box, right? Or is this like their new thing? Like making it seem more personable. Jack's Bar or something. And then at the end, he was like, would you like to add a Jack sugar cookie? And I said no. But I know that my boyfriend would have said yes.
Are you doing this on the app before you pull up? Or
I didn't. I have the app.
Yeah. Do they ask?
It is not. No.
Okay.
It is not it is not as sophisticated as
McDonald's or
McDonald's.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Or even Burger King. Remy and I were just talking about which apps are better. They all operate differently.
Yeah.
And he was thinking the McDonald's one was the best, but there's still customizations that we can't do on it, like swapping folded egg for round egg.
I'll tell you what, the JITB in-store ordering screen.
Easy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, except unless, what was I trying to get yesterday? Oh, I was trying to get something specific yesterday, and it took forever. Otherwise, pretty good. Like, I walk up and I just get going boop, boop, and I'm usually done before they would have had it done. But then yesterday, I went and, they have like a 20-piece nugget. Mm-hmm. You cannot find it on the display. So if you want to order the 20-piece nugget, you got to talk to a human being.
Did you go to the chicken? And it was under the chicken.
I looked under the chicken. I checked under the chicken, Ange. I checked under the chicken.
Ooh.
As I do.
Oh, okay. Do you not have that first rooster
sound
he's on the soundboard?
I should, but he's gotten pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still it's a recognizable cockadoodle-doo, like but it still sounds like a teenager cracking voice cockadoodle-doo, so
nice.
It's still very enjoyable. I still like it. I haven't gotten sick of it yet. Even though I was sick this morning, and while I'm sitting there throwing up, he's cock-a-doodle-doo, and I'm like, yeah, I know, boss, I know. I know, simmer down, boss, I know.
The one named boss ends up being the rooster. That's so funny.
And, in some ways, like, when you get a look at him, like, it's so obvious he's not a hen. He kind of almost has, like, almost more of a hawk look to him. Mm-hmm. He is going to be a badass rooster, I can tell. And he's so funny because if he wants out, like out of the pen to go like explore. We've been letting them explore more and more, and they love that. He'll be your best buddy. He'll jump on your arm. He'll go for an arm ride. Okay, let's go. And he'll just stay on your arm for the whole time until you want to take him to where he goes, and he'll come to you. He'll ask for the ride. But when he's out and about, oh, you're so scared. He'll run. Oh, don't touch me. I'm so scared. And he wants to stay out all night.
Yep. Oh, sounds like Rocky.
Yeah.
You just described Rocky.
Stupid animals. All right, I'm just getting our pre-show tabulations ready.
Okay.
I got a, what is the park? Denny Park? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Oh, is there an update
Oh,
on
yeah.
that?
I got a Denny Park
geez.
update for you. You know, I got to stay. On
It was the wall, right? They were building a wall or something because there's a nude beach over there.
Well, there's been an update on the nudity that's allowed, and it has been expanded upon.
Oh,
There's
like more nudity?
More nudes.
Really?
Yep.
That's not the direction I thought it was going.
I know. It's a surprise upset by many. And then I've got
I will act surprised.
I've got the news playing two different sides of the same story back to back. Always my favorite. Always love a little newspocracy. And then a badass guy who owns a studio that we have a story about. It's a nice little flavor saver to end on.
All about you?
I mean, a version of me in the city.
Oh.
Something went down on your birthday, and that man took revenge.
What are you talking about?
And you have to wait for the...
On my birthday?
Yeah.
Really? On November 21st?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So the Mumble Room is open. I see up there in the quiet listening, we got Atypical, CB, and Mr. Mayhem. Good morning to you. And time-appropriate greetings. I think it's time we start El Pre-Show. What do you say, Ange?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do her. So if you are not in yet the chat room, this would be a good chance because we'd love your Bang Suggest. You know we love it when you Bang Suggest. Here we go. In a 3, in a 2. What am I forgetting? Something. Definitely something. I don't know what.
Okay. Well, did you already? So
We're
got
live.
Voicemails loaded. Did we scrape the boost?
Boost.
Yeah.
Didn't get the boost.
Okay.
Ah, good catch, Angers. But I did link us to the boost, so it would be easy and quick to do so. So I prepared for my unpreparedness. What?
Oh, and do you have the music?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't love this week's song, but I think it's going to grow on me the more I listen to it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got Mayhem in here. We got Outdoor Geek in here. Adversaries is in here. Ooh, whoa.
What? Oh, is there a
Our
big one?
podcast coming with a baller that just turned the tables on today's Boost report.
Oh, my goodness.
The tables have been turned. The Boost segment just got spicy. Okay, and with that, we begin in 3, in 2. Oh, I guess we don't begin. Soundboard. Where are you? Ah, there it is. Ah, good job, soundboard. You know what? Fixed the barn doors after the cows came home. All right, here we go for real in 3. I got to start over here. I got to stop over here, too. Oh, the whole thing.
Did you want to remute us?
Oh, we're going to remute, Andrews. We are going to remute. Here we go. In 3. Welcome into episode 65 of your bootleg. We got a lot to get to today. There's some current events, some things that are always on our minds, and it seems that industry is finally catching up to something that I've been doing for years.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, why not turn your home lab hobby into a home lab profit?
Let's get a market flash on Meta. Bloomberg reporting that it's working with JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley on a financing package for a data center in El Paso, Texas, to the tune of $13 billion, mostly in debt. Amid continued demand for data centers, there has been increasing pushback from local communities about these facilities. But one company is offering a potential solution, and Diana Olick has the story in this week's Property Play.
Hey, Diana.
Hi,
Oh, hi, Di. Sorry.
Hey, Morgan. Yeah, it's an unlikely partnership. Span, which is a startup that makes smart electrical home panels, is teaming up with NVIDIA and Pulte Group, a major U.S. home builder. Span is now making small fractional data centers, they call them nodes, that can be put on the side of residential homes. So the idea is to take advantage of unused electrical capacity on local grids, which the Span smart panels find. Now,
Home lab servers. I mean, some of it might make sense if you've got a region that has extra power, and if you have houses that have extra power with solar. This is definitely a thing that I wish I was taking better advantage of. As the weather gets nice, I just produce more energy than I can use. And so what happens is my solar controller just starts shutting down my solar panels. And they're just sitting there letting the sun bounce off them, not collecting energy, because I can't use that much electricity some days, especially if I don't need air conditioning. So if other people with large panels on their homes are in the same situation, I mean, maybe it makes you a little return on the old solar invest.
Now, a network of these nodes talking to each other across the country is the equivalent of a mid-sized traditional data center. So these could actually negate the need to build as many of those huge data centers. Hyperscalers and AI cloud providers just tap into the node network like a regular data center.
I don't know if this is it, but there is something to this idea. Tesla disclosed in an investor meeting that they are looking into taking additional AI compute capacity that's sitting in every parked Tesla. And while it's parked and once it's charged, using that compute capacity to be essentially edge processors for AI data loads. And the owner of the Tesla would get some sort of stipend for the use of the AI computer. But if you think about it, every Tesla with a Model 4 self-driving unit is an advanced AI computer with liquid cooling built in. And a lot of times they're just sitting there not doing anything. And so one of the ideas that Tesla floated during their investor meeting is they believe they've designed a software package, it's a proof of concept that they could deploy that would allow them to do remote compute on people's idle Tesla engines or computers. And I don't know if that's ever going to happen either, but it feels like they're exploring this area. You have these folks exploring this area with mini data centers in the home. I don't know if either one of them are it, but something is likely going to develop here in distributed data centers and distributed compute, where the people involved probably give you a little bit of money for your energy and your time.
Now, SPAN collaborated with NVIDIA using its technology in the system. SPAN claims it can install 8,000 of these units about 6 times faster and at 5 times lower cost than the construction of a typical centralized 100-megawatt data center of this.
I imagine, right, you're bypassing a lot of the red tape of building a data center.
Absolutely.
I bet that is faster.
Now, Pulte Homes is in on the early testing phase, looking at the capabilities and economics of these nodes, which have already been deployed in a handful of communities. Okay, so why would a homeowner want this? Well, because they would just have to pay one flat fee for electricity and Wi-Fi, which SPAN said would be roughly about $150 total. So a lot less than probably your usual bill.
Oh, interesting. So that's the way they're going to do it, is they're going to provide you high-speed internet.
Wi-Fi, though?
Well, they're just going to have a router that's going to have Wi-Fi on it, like, any other ISP.
I know, but I still use Ethernet.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they would offer that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, there. I mean, I guess it makes sense in the reality of they're going to have to probably bring high-speed internet to the home to enable this. And if you're bringing that, then why not provide that to the homeowner too?
Add a fee.
And it's one
In-app
package.
purchases.
Yeah, with upgrades. But it also means it's going to be limited to areas with surplus cheap power rates and high-speed internet that is really high speed.
And an increase in the charge every
Yeah,
year,
no doubt.
despite not actually upgrading anything.
I bet. I would like to see a version of this that uses maybe Starlink and is a little more remote and takes advantage of like trapped power and isolated power, because there's a lot of places that are generating power but do not have the means to transmit that power. And that's worked really well for Bitcoin mining because of the nature of the Bitcoin network, but it hasn't worked so well yet in the AI data center space. But maybe with something like high-speed Starlink, maybe it could. Maybe it could. I don't know, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of Amazon, I wonder why they're doing this, but they are opening up their shipping network to other companies, kind of pulling a backdoor UPS.
I feel like they already did do that. They had USPS delivering Amazon packages.
They're reversing it now, so companies can hire Amazon to ship for them. And I think there's even some
it's
warehouse
the
storage.
opposite.
Yeah, they're
Got
reversing it, which has got to be my cynical take would be maybe they overinvested and there's been a pullback and now they have all this capacity. So they're trying, because it just seems weird that they would build out this specialized delivery network to compete with everybody, to make them have an edge, and then get there and be like, all right, do y'all want to use it now? I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint, but it's just an odd choice still.
In a challenge to shipping giants UPS and FedEx, Amazon will now open up its logistics network to allow any business to store and ship goods through it.
Yeah.
It's known as Amazon Supply Chain Services. Companies will be able to tap into Amazon's ocean, road, air, and rail networks.
Wow.
In addition to its massive network of warehouses, Amazon has developed a fleet of more than 100 cargo planes.
Oh, wow. It's crazy that they're like a giant shipping company at the same time.
Yeah.
So they're reversing the script.
No longer just books.
Yeah, that's for sure.
From raining big to giants tall, the Pacific Northwest has it all, but mostly rain above it all.
And that brings us right to the Pacific Northwest Flavor Saver. Speaking of Amazon, I like Wes's thought. He says maybe this is sort of their next AWS moment. They built out a great thing for themselves and then figure why not let others use it and make money on it. That seems like their playbook, doesn't it? Okay, so in the Pacific Northwest, we have been following one particular place, the Denny Blaine Park, for quite a while. And if you've listened to previous Pacific Northwest Flavor Savers, this is known for being a nude park. Some things got a little racy there. The people that lived around it reacted. People were, doing things during the daylight that they didn't like to see out their back window. They raised a stink. It looked like they were going to clamp down on the shenanigans at the park. But then one day ago, things took a turn and they're expanding the type of nudity. They're redefining and they're clarifying that you can get your freak on still at the park.
We are tracking the latest developments involving Seattle's controversial Denny Blaine Park. You see it here. A judge ruled topless sunbathing is permitted, even in areas previously designated as clothing required. KOMO's Claire Weber reports the ruling.
There is almost an irony to the fact that clearly some standard is changed because the news has to blur out what they're showing.
Yeah.
Right? So that tells you that it's not actually a totally socially acceptable thing yet, because if it was, the news wouldn't be blurring out the tits. But the news is blurring out the tits. So that's an uncomfortable acknowledgement that we are crossing a certain boundary here. Now, for some people, it's fine.
Previously designated as clothing required. KOMO's Claire Weber reports the ruling is part of an ongoing legal battle.
For decades, Denny Blaine Park has been Seattle's unofficial nude beach, and now a judge has reaffirmed that toplessness is okay throughout it.
Feels like a small victory.
Friends of Denny Blaine asked for the clarification after the city implemented clothing required and clothing optional zones last summer.
Hey, is that you, Ange?
Beachgoers claim private security hired by homeowners were enforcing their own rules.
That is
Turn your camera the other way.
Yeah, peeps have cameras looking at the park. Like, maybe turn the camera.
Right.
Other people weren't told to cover up. Some people were told to cover up. And we want to make sure that this is being enforced equitably.
He is the co-lead of Friends for Denny Lake, which I believe are the group that's really pushing for expanded rights.
Separation of the park by zones came after growing complaints of illegal sexual activity and a lawsuit filed by homeowners alleging the city has failed to stop it.
All we're saying is we don't want people disobeying the law and engaging in illegal and illicit sexual activities that keep everybody from enjoying the park. If the laws can't be enforced, then shut the park down.
Well, at least some people are enjoying the park.
I mean, I can't even imagine doing that publicly like that.
Well, they're doing it because that's what's a thing for them. That's their thing.
Well,
that's what excites them, is doing it in public like that.
Yeah.
Lee Keller helps represent the group that's suing and says they're not worried about toplessness, but instead the bigger legal fight over park activity.
So we're not asking for the law to be changed. We're asking for the law to be abided by.
Beachgoers say they share a similar stance.
We want that.
Did you see that leather?
Yeah, I was just thinking, you can tell that person has been topless sunbathing for a very long time.
Here's the thing.
That is so bad. I was thinking that.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, we are all vitamin D deficient.
For sure.
And we need the D just from the sun.
Yeah, that's true.
In these places. And no, actually, I am considering for the first time in my life ever getting a bikini.
And just going out there and getting some D?
No.
Oh.
On the second floor deck once it's built.
Oh.
I will lay, because right now I wear a tank top and shorts because neighbors can see me on that lower deck. But on the second deck, there's a lot less that could possibly see me.
That's true.
So, but I could try doing it nude, but no, I'm going to get a bikini. I don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, they're almost done. Let's wrap it up.
Food behavior to stop. It allows us to feel safe and us to feel comfortable.
And yet they also say their safe space is being targeted. In Seattle,
Oh, man, I never thought about the fact they have to put sunscreen on certain parts that I don't
It
normally...
was a dude that they blurred out.
Yeah, well, it's his junk, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They're not blurring out his top. They're blurring out his junk in this one. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And he's putting sunscreen on it, too, which is something else. Anyways, so that's the latest update from Denny Blaine, so you can still go and have a good time. Now, this next story is, I don't know, very upsetting from a parent standpoint.
Uh-oh.
So Seattle's Children's...
I've had enough of that.
Seattle's Children's
Today.
Hospital is pretty well known nationally for being a fantastic hospital. However, it turns out that there is a double standard at play. And I don't know if have you heard about this controversy that's going around?
I don't think so.
This is the thing that people are griping about right now.
A flight for life ending a mile short. That's the reality for a lot of patients at Seattle Children's Hospital. And it's because of a decades-old policy that has recently been causing outrage online.
And KRO 7's Brandon Thompson is at Seattle Children's alternative helipad after speaking with parents of patients about this. So, Brandon, what is the protocol?
All right, so Children's Hospital of Seattle has 2 helipads, not for traffic, not for like coordination, but because the town or the area that Children's Hospital is built at is a very rich, well-to-do neighborhood. And they don't like the noise of the helicopter. And so if it's not a life-threatening emergency, they have petitioned so that the helicopter lands a mile away, and then they get an ambulance and they drive the patient to the hospital.
Oh, gosh.
If a patient is facing anything but critical injuries, Children's Hospital helicopters have to land at this helipad built by UW's athletic fields. Then they have to get in an ambulance and drive about a mile the rest of the way to Children's Hospital. And it's all because of some people living here in the Laurelhurst neighborhood complaining about the helicopters going over their homes. When their child is sick,
Seattle Children saved my kid's life.
She also had a hole in her heart.
Few things will come between these mothers and helping their kids.
And she was tiny. So we were stuck there waiting for her to get big enough so she could have open heart surgery.
By the time we got him there, his blood was so thick and acidic that they couldn't draw it.
The one thing that
gross.
might, an agreement Seattle Children says is voluntary that makes dozens of medical transport helicopters land a mile away from the hospital. A recent tweet from a person claiming to be a pilot highlighting the policy, sparking hundreds to react on social media.
Every second truly does count.
LifeFlight confirms that flight happens, and now the hospital says a memorandum of understanding with them, the city of Seattle, and the Laurelhurst neighborhood just to the south mandates the helicopters land at UW.
Those have got to be $10, $15 million homes.
There's a good comment here. I bet these same people would complain about the ambulance siren.
Yeah, unless it's their kid.
I hope that the ambulance uses the siren. I
Yeah.
hope they hear that
Blast
all
that
day,
thing.
every day. That's so crazy.
Created in 1992 out of concern of noise over the lakefront community.
Yeah.
While neither Denise or Jade had to take a helicopter, the policy still frustrates them.
Do you have any experience with a dying child? Because mine was in my front seat.
Seattle Children says, quote, ongoing efforts by some to restrict helipad access put an unnecessary burden on the system, and quote, we are eager to revisit the voluntary agreement Children's has been operating under.
My name's Brandon with KRO 7.
When we went to the home of the president of the Laurelhurst Community Council, Colleen McLear,
God, those are nice
she
houses.
did not want to give an on-the-record comment. In 2020, she told the Seattle committee overseeing this agreement, pilots should be trained because, quote, almost all landings, end quote, were happening at the hospital.
I want you to come into that room where my kid is hooked up, and I want you to look me in the eye and tell me how glad you are that I didn't cause noise.
LifeFlight tells me that they support Seattle Children's advocacy on this, and they underscore that every second matters when it comes to medical air transports. Reporting in Seattle, Brandon.
Drama.
That's too bad. Okay, so have they petitioned to not have to pull over for fire trucks? Like, I just can't even, people's lives are at stake.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. I'm sure now that it's being publicly disclosed like this, and it's no longer in the in the dark. I bet it's going to change.
Good for Children's trying to find a way, but it's just
I'm sure it took
ridiculous.
years of campaigning too to get this. It just really is a special kind of awful. All right, now we have a story of two sides of the Washington farmer. And the first side, it's not going so good.
Washington apples to Rainier cherries. Farmers say Washington's agriculture is crumbling. USDA data shows 2 farms are closing in the state every single day. And that is threatening the future of Washington's fruit basket. KARE 7's Brandon Thompson shows us the dire steps they're taking.
We grow a lot of apples and cherries.
The
a
fruit
lot.
basket.
Also, Walla Walla onions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also a ton of hops in the Yakima area. But the farmers, they be strugs.
To make ends meet, and what it means for what you get at the store.
Uh-oh.
As the growing season is underway in central Washington.
Washington State is the tree fruit leader in the nation.
Blaine Smith checks on his pear orchard that he's worked on since he was a kid.
I officially started farming on my own in 2006 after my dad.
That's awesome.
That was
River
random.
Valley growers that have worked the land for decades.
I was born in Mexico and I came here in 1985 when I was 18, 19 years old.
Are watching the farms that used to make them money now start to cost them.
I have my job is a priority. I have this and beside. Yeah, this is my free time.
Yeah, what was it like in 1991 when you first started working on some of these orchards?
That was a lot better situation.
How so?
The money what you make in working into the orchards, that was plenty of money to provide to my family.
And today, it's just better not to farm at all. You don't lose money.
And that's not a good situation.
Right.
All right, so that's side one. Now, often in the market, when the door closes, a window opens, but sometimes people don't like the breeze.
Out go the orchards and in go the data centers. That's what's happened in the small Chelan town of Malaga. Washington State and the rest of the country are grappling with soaring numbers of data centers. They drive the tech and AI industries, but require massive amounts of energy and resources. So what happens when a town known for apples and cherries sees their orchard replaced by data centers? To dive into this story, we're joined by the reporter behind it all, Greg Kim from the Seattle Times.
So that's what's going on. You can imagine the Seattle Times doesn't love it.
It's definitely the heart of the area. Some of the concerns, range from the number of construction workers that are needed to build Microsoft's data centers. A good number of people don't like how the character of their neighborhood is changing and the views are shifting from a very natural place to one that's dominated by these big concrete structures.
Two things. Second thing first, why don't we just make prettier data centers?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I can't eat data, though.
No, that's true. But the first thing is, it's like this weird backlash against, the data centers are just changing the shape of the landscape. The data centers are changing the nature of the jobs. We don't really like that we're going from agriculture to data centers. But the point is, the agriculture is dying on its own, right? The farms are collapsing at 2 a day on their own. And so if a data center comes in and it offers jobs, well, guess what? A farm uses a shit ton of electricity and water. Mm-hmm. That's what a farm does. An unbelievable amount of water and electricity. And a data center is a quantifiable amount of electricity and water and a quantifiable amount of jobs and tax revenue. Mm-hmm. It's just, if the conditions don't exist for the farms to thrive, then something else comes in. It's like in nature, if something in the soil doesn't exist for a plant to thrive, the type of plant that does thrive with that grows.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love it. I'd rather drive through fields and fields of apples.
Yeah.
It is a great drive.
What if it's a hybrid? A data center with hydroponic?
Yeah. Right. Why not?
Use the water first for whichever one makes sense. Probably the food first, and then it is reused
there
for
may
the data.
be, why not? There may actually be some kind of symbiotic thing there that we could look into. All right, last Pacific Northwest flavor. And this one is because I feel like this guy might be my spirit animal. It's a studio owner in the Pacific Northwest, and things don't start good for him, but stick with it because the story takes a turn for the better.
November 21st, 2025 was big first burglary that we had, and then it was April 6th was the next big one that happened here at the studio, and then they tried again April 22nd.
This is what Colin Christensen has been dealing with for months.
We personally lost $350,000 worth of equipment. This is a crime group that's essentially targeting several different businesses.
And he's not the only one. Next door, Victory Studios was also hit. Thieves took off with about $50,000 worth of equipment.
So the patrol officers are great. They're usually like within 1 minute to 2 minutes of getting here to potentially almost capture them. But then the next phase is the detective work.
Christensen says that's where the response breaks down.
When we called police and called the detectives and didn't have one assigned, we just felt we needed to take it into our own hands to start building the case.
They started tracking the stolen gear themselves.
This is one of the photos I took with my drone when we were following people, and you can see close in the corner there, this is one of our Tenacious Venture stickers wrapped around his steering wheel.
That led them to where some of the gear was being stored.
So we were able to ID that this is in fact the storage unit with the cart and with this as to where the stolen gear was being stored.
So far, they say about $20,000 worth of equipment has been recovered.
My God.
Some of it found by detectives at a pawn shop, other pieces from a storage unit, and some by posing as buyers and paying to get their own gear back.
As I get more in deep into what's happening in our local community with the police and understanding how understaffed they are.
Now he's turning that frustration into more action. He and other business owners are meeting with police and city leaders.
The first step would be taking this crime group off of the streets. And then the second goal would be patching up the problems that created their ability to operate in the first place.
Christensen says that meeting will be here Friday at their studio at 5:30 p.m. City and business leaders are expected to attend, as well as SPD.
You going to be there, Andrews?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right,
I
there you
just
go.
realized
Oh, go ahead.
we haven't even started the show.
We're about to. Here we go. Showtime.
The Pacific Northwest.
What?
Has it
That's right, we do.
but mostly rain above it all.
Oh. All right. Okay. Yep.
From raining tap to giants tall. The Pacific Northwest has it all. But mostly rain
above it all. All right. So I got tabs opening for our top story, and we will be talking a little photo management too. So if you have thoughts on, photo management the right way, get them in the chat room. And if you're not in the chat room yet, now is your chance. You can help Bang Suggest as we do the main show. You ready, Andrews?
Yep.
Well, how effing convenient.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go, chat room. It's on you. Don't screw it up. We need your help. Let's first, though, say hello to Drew. Do I have a button for that? Yes, I think I do. Hello, Drew. Here we go. It's just Andrews and I this week. Just the two of us.
Just
the two of us.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. In a threes, in a twos. From the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty West Coast, we greet you all. Good morning, good evening, whenever your timeline may fall. Time-appropriate greetings indeed to one and all. This is The Launch, and my name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hello, Andrews.
Hello.
A few things we should let everybody know about before we get going. You can always call us. We love that. Give us a call. You never call your launch. 774-462-5667. Call your buddies at The Launch and leave us a voicemail. 774-462-5667. Show's also live on a Tuesday. It's always a lot of fun at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. UTC at jblive.tv or on your podcasting 2.0 app of choice. And then we come out on a Wednesday morning, and we'd love it if you join us over at weeklylaunch.rocks. That's where you'll find our links, the past episodes. You're also going to find out about our Mumble Room over there, which is always going with us as we do a live show. And, of course, we have the phone number. If you forget, we list it in our show notes for you as well to make it nice and easy. Well, Andrews, sounds like you've got photo management on the mind this week.
I do. I do. I have this stupid situation, and I can't remember if we've covered this before.
I mean, it's like a perpetual problem.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So... I take pictures on my phone.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
right?
you do.
And I keep them on my phone. And and right now, like, I need to transfer them to my desktop. That's where I am at in technology
we've
right
talked
now.
about that part. Yeah.
Yeah, and with a cable, not over the Wi-Fi,
Right.
not through cloud or whatever. But the problem is, once it's on my desktop, then it's a pain to like post them to social media.
Yeah.
I have to then like text it to myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like months behind on posting anything to social media. Like, I have gone dark. Nobody has said anything.
It's a workflow problem, people.
Well, it's not. No, it's a quality life problem.
Yeah.
But now it's a workflow problem because I have too many pictures on my phone. Because I've still been taking pictures. I just haven't been sharing them. And I am. I don't know. I wrote down 3 questions for everyone to consider. Do you keep all pictures or just the good ones?
Oh.
Right. I tend to go through and harvest like just the best ones because I don't need a bunch of extra, right? And photos, while they can apply or be nice for other people, it's really for you, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So then 2, do you keep all the photos on your phone, desktop, or in the cloud, or hybrid, or whatever? Or do you have a solution for this particular problem? Like, the solution is cloud, probably, right? But
If you want to post from the phone.
Can the cloud handle 150,000 plus pictures? I don't know. And so then the third question is, what do you take pictures of the most? Used to be my kids. Now it might be karaoke.
I was going to say cats.
Or cats. Yeah, it's a tie.
For me, it's
cats
chickens
and
right
karaoke.
now.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of chickens. I mean, you got to, these are good questions.
Do you keep all the pictures or just the good ones?
So I do have a bit of a hybrid strategy myself. I'd be curious to know what the listeners do, so do call in or boost. But I kind of use iCloud storage on my iPhone for the catch-all of everything. And then what I do is, I guess you could consider that a backup too. I don't know. But the photos that I favorite get backed up to a separate service, to my image system, which is my own personal cloud. It's not a cloud, it's a self-hosted image backup.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then so the ones I'm spending backup storage on are just my favorites.
Because you're right. So I do mark things as favorites. It does not transfer that information to my photo library.
Right.
So
the image app supports like only backing up the favorites. Like whatever it would be. I guess it'd be like a photo album or a whatever. Yeah. So that's one way. And my thinking there is like if somehow something happened and I lost all my photos, the ones I really cared about, I'd have restoration of.
Right.
The one thing that's crossed my mind now in the age of AI, is I do wonder if more data is good. And so if you have more photos of a thing, you may be able to, at some point in the future, have more data to reconstruct a scene or something. Like, there's that element where...
No. And technology has improved. So... I would always go to look for something and I would never be able to find it, right? I scroll for days. It was my kids that figured out that when you're in, hold on, or our
stories.
kids, that when you tap the top of the
it goes all the way.
screen, it goes all the way to the top.
It took me a minute,
Oh my gosh. I was like, how did you do that? And they're like, oh, all you do is this. Like, oh, okay.
I know. They're touch interface native.
But even with that, even with being able to go to the beginning of, 10 years ago that I had pictures, I still couldn't find things. But it reads text now.
Yes. Isn't that, you can highlight text in the photos.
No, not just that. Not just copy paste from photos, but I can literally search like for my game. I can search for a certain hero.
Like in the
and
screenshot?
it'll show me all of them or recipes. That's a big one.
Yes.
I lose recipes.
Yeah.
Where is the recipe that had Oreos in it? Type Oreo. Here's all 5 of them that are on my phone and have been for 10 years.
That is very useful.
It is. So yes, you're right. There are going to be some advancements that will make it.
It sounds like too Apple. I don't have a specific story linked, but I saw Apple is planning to add more photo editing features to the phone version of the Photos app.
Oh, interesting.
So there may be more workflow on the phone.
Yeah.
Something like a long-term goal might be, your own self-hosted server at your house that has photo backup and maybe not like cloud music, but it's your version of cloud music for your devices. There's something that's yours and personal and offline.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably something there for you.
And I'm only on Facebook and Instagram now. It used to be Twitter too. It would post all 3 of those. So I could try posting from my computer if I, if
you log into
if
the
I
web
do
and-
get all the photos off my phone, because it is burdensome to have to scroll for days. But then I don't think I can post at the same time to Instagram, and it is so nice.
It'd be
just
one by
to
one.
do one. Yeah.
And I think, I haven't used it in ages, but the Instagram web interface has always been total crap.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
it's a
it
total
has.
downgrade.
It has.
All right, so what were those questions?
Okay, so the first one was, do you keep all the pics or just the good ones? Do you keep all photos on your phone, desktop, in the cloud, or some hybrid? And third was, what do you take pictures of the most?
Yeah, I wonder if other people have interesting setups like mine. And what do you take photos of the most?
Right? Where are the bird watchers?
Yeah, some people are going to be like food. They take pictures of their food.
This is not the lunch.
Well, it could be for one
It
day.
is during lunch. It's 12:20.
That is true. That is
Local
true.
time.
I like it. All right, boost in or give us a call and let us know. Now, let's get to some news. Some big news in the world of big tech. Well, in a massive reversal of stance by the Trump administration, Google, Microsoft, xAI, and others will now allow the U.S. government to review their new models before they go public. The Center for AI Standards and Innovation will evaluate new models before they are released publicly. This is, I'll have to note, a pretty substantial shift in the Trump administration's view on vetting AI. They were all go for a long time, but it seems perhaps maybe Mythos has changed their mind.
I told you earlier that the U.S. government is now considering reviewing AI technology before it's released publicly. Now the Financial Times is reporting that Google, Microsoft, and xAI have agreed to U.S. national security reviews of new AI models. The report says the Center for AI Standards and Innovation, which sits under the Commerce Department, said it signed a deal with the tech groups to conduct pre-development evaluations and targeted research. Our next guest, I imagine, has some views on this and so much more. 8VC founding.
I'll tell you my views really quick. This is going to very easily turn into some kind of regulation by moat, but instead of by regulation, we need a new term. This is regulation, this is moat by executive order, and I don't like that at all. And I think there's a lot of potential for loose definitions of safety and other things to evaluate these by. And at the same time, it's going to be totally not applied to any of the Chinese open source models that are continuing to kick ass at an unbelievable clip that aren't going to have to follow this process at all. And so it'll have no impact on them at all. And it's only going to be a fraction of the market because eventually open source models are going to be everywhere. So that's my initial take. I'm still, open to collecting more data.
Partner Joe Lonsdale is also Palantir's co-founder. It's always great to see you. We're all trying to figure out what this could look like. Is there ultimately going to be an FDA for AI models? And is that a good thing or a bad thing for somebody who's thinking the way you do?
Listen, the FDA has killed millions of people. Let's be totally clear, right? So it's.
I'll also note that Dario, whatever is the CEO of Anthropic, he was chatting with Jamie Dimon at a banking event and was asked about an FDA for AI. And Dario himself said that wouldn't be the model he would prefer. He's a fan of regulation, he said that, but Dario would not like the FDA model, mostly I think because of delays and other controversies.
There's
killed.
It has literally led to the death.
All right, go ahead, jump ahead.
10 or 100 times more to do drugs than it should.
All right, okay, come jumping ahead.
And you probably don't want that new technology going to the bad guys right away. So there has to be some sort of trade-off, some sort of framework. We have to be really careful not to make the mistakes the FDA has made.
So what would you do? What do you think that should look like?
There probably should be some national agreement on regulation on new powerful models. It should be as small and as narrow as possible. You should not have the same bureaucracy. You should make sure the government, from the start, has metrics on the speed at which it has to go and the transparency, because you're going to have cronyism. You're going to have the big guys capture it. You're going to slow it down.
Yeah.
Pharma loves the FDA against biotech. It makes it too expensive for us to build our own.
The point he's trying to make that I do agree with is inevitably these tend to get influenced by the very companies they're supposed to be managing. And I do think a very transparent process and something that has clear goals, any sort of preemptive pre-release vetting of AI models by the White House could essentially be tantamount to a de facto licensing regime for AI models, only done via executive order. And when they first came into office, the Trump administration was very, very noisy about eliminating a massive Biden admin AI executive order that was overreaching in a lot of ways for AI development. And they made a lot of noise about rolling that back. And now here we are. They're implementing their own version of it. So the question is do you trust the people in office to do a better version than the last people that are in office? It really seems like this should be the job for Congress from where I'm sitting at. This should probably be a national policy framework that still makes it possible for these companies to innovate and compete. And I don't know if this is it. We don't know yet. It's still pretty new information. But this is, I think, interesting backdrop. Plus you have Anthropic and OpenAI that are both trying to get to an IPO as fast as humanly possible. At the same time, all of the drama around the Musk versus Altman trial that is going on right now. And we've gotten a lot more details.
Discovery is open. Big tech is sweating. Roll it.
I always love the juicy details that come out during Discovery. Today and yesterday, the court is in session. Greg Brockman, who runs OpenAI next to Sam Altman, took the stand, and Musk's lawyers went straight at the money motive. And a new court filing revealed that Musk was trying to talk settlement just days before the trial. And we got real numbers. It seems that Brockman put $0 of investment in, and it now has $30 billion worth of equity, something that Elon's lawyers have major issue with.
Week 2 of the Musk versus Altman trial is underway, and the focus shifted off Musk and onto co-defendant and OpenAI president Greg Brockman.
Yeah, his personal journal entries are now front and center, with Musk claiming they show a betrayal of OpenAI's original nonprofit mission.
ABC 7 Eyewitness News reporter Francis Wang is back in Oakland with what happened in court.
So Wang has been on location. So I've been following ABC 7 from San Francisco area, because they are, I think that's where they're at. I don't know. They are on this case like a local.
Without Elon Musk in court, the scene here in Oakland was noticeably calmer, fewer protesters and smaller crowds. Inside federal court today, Musk's attorneys tried to portray Greg Brockman as driven by money, even eager for Musk's clout in OpenAI's early days. At one point asking, "You were honored to work alongside him, weren't you?"
Today was a strong day in court.
This is what Elon Musk's team has been waiting for. Greg Brockman's own journal entries, which they say prove he and co-defendant Sam Altman misled Musk about sticking to OpenAI's nonprofit mission.
In particular, Mr. Brockman's testimony and his journal in his own unfiltered words reinforces our confidence in our claims, and we look forward to continue to build on this progress as the case proceeds.
In a 2017 journal entry, Brockman wondered, financially, what will take me to $1 billion? On the stand, Brockman said his stake in OpenAI is now closer to $30 billion. When asked what motivates him, Musk's attorney pushed, saying it takes $30 billion to get you out of bed in the morning. But
so I'll clarify this point, because while Brent and I have spent all day working on a car, we played the courtroom audio. They've been live streaming just the audio.
Interesting.
I've also been listening to it all morning. It is extremely interesting. And I can't believe there's only like 1,000 people in the world listening to this audio stream. It's remarkable because it's so juicy. And so this line of questioning in particular was interesting, is because it was Brockman basically saying, well, we have two routes we can take. We can stick to the nonprofit path, or we can go with the public company path, and that'll probably make me richer by $1 billion. And so out of context, that looks kind of scheming. Like, I'm going to get richer if we do this route. Brockman says, well, I was really just looking at it from a lot of angles. And in that particular slice of a conversation thread, I was thinking, what would motivate me personally? Like, if they wanted to retain me as talent, what would incentivize me to stay with the company? And making a lot more money would be one of the things that might incentivize me to stay, because the AI field is extremely, extremely competitive for hiring. And so it would have to be startup-like compensation to stay. And that was the context of the conversation. But what Musk's lawyer kind of locked in on is that he said, well, I'd get a lot richer if I went this route. And not only did he get $1 billion, but now he's got $30 billion. So that was a moment where the Musk lawyer was really kind of sinking his teeth in. And you could hear Brockman really trying his best to try to make something out of it.
Musk's attorney pushed, saying it takes $30 billion to get you out of bed in the morning, but $1 billion isn't enough.
Theatrical grandstanding questions completely irrelevant to the lawsuit.
He's speaking as the director and officer of a nonprofit, a publicly subsidized nonprofit, and he's writing secretly, how do I get to 1 billion?
Jurors also heard UC Berkeley professor Stuart Russell as an expert witness about AI risks, although the judge banned discussion surrounding existential threats. A new filing shows Musk and Brockman texted 2 days before the trial.
Now, this is the new juice. I don't know why Elon does stuff like this. It's like he self-sabotages. 2 days before the trial starts, he sends a text message trying to, come to essentially a dismissal. And it seems that Brockman didn't take him up on the offer. And then Elon, like a petulant child, just sets him up for more difficulty later in court, because then Elon responds with, well, now you two men are going to be the hatest men in America after this trial, which the lawyers for OpenAI can take and spin as Elon trying to put pressure on a competitor, because they're not looking at it as Elon versus Sam the man. They're trying to frame it as Elon versus a competitor. And so Elon just totally gave fire to that argument with this secret text exchange that he did.
A new filing shows Musk and Brockman texted 2 days before the trial, discussing a possible settlement. When they failed to reach a deal, Musk wrote, quote, "By the end of this week, you and Sam will be the most hated men in America. If you insist, so it will be." Those texts are not admissible in court. Meanwhile, Brockman's testimony is just beginning.
Misleading questions, and he handled them just right. And now he has the opportunity to tell his story, which he's going to do tomorrow.
At one point, Brockman defended his journal, calling it an expression of frustration and not a plan. Musk's attorney firing back. How many times did you rehearse that line before coming to court? Brockman is back on the stand tomorrow.
Which is today. I don't know. They might be live right now as we're doing the show, because it goes for hours and hours and hours. Right now, 988 people watching.
There are no emails or texts with you, Sam Altman, or Ilya Sutskever about removing Elon Musk from the board.
And this is what it's like all day long. And then a lot of little court procedural things and the way questions need to be stated or answered. But Musk's side's basically asking one question. If this really started as a public benefit mission, then how did it end up with OpenAI insiders getting all this money? But I think it is interesting to see the trial kind of taking shape. It's less about hurt feelings this week and more about the real question underneath all of it. Was OpenAI's evolution a legitimate response to the cost of building AI, which is what they're positioning? Or was it a bait and switch to get Elon's money and his clout and then move on without him? And that matters, because if Elon Musk wins even part of this, it could create real problems for OpenAI's structure and future plans. And the Verge reporter a reporter from The Verge, I should say, has been doing a really good job of getting some of the extra nitty-gritty discovery details. She'll touch on a couple of things we've mentioned, but then gets into some of the good stuff.
Okay, so it's been nearly a week of the Musk v. Altman trial. This is such a buzzy trial. It's one of a handful of legal actions by Musk against Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, over the years. He has a laundry list of charges against Sam Altman, against company president Greg Brockman, against Microsoft. But what it all boils down to is, did OpenAI stray from its corporate mission of delivering AI that's going to benefit all of humanity? So that's really at the core of this trial. But what's crazy is so many exhibits have come out, not only in discovery before the trial started, but since the trial started. Every day I've been downloading pieces of evidence that have been made public as part of this trial. Now, one of the craziest pieces of evidence that has come out so far is just the back and forth between Elon Musk and Sam Altman, Greg Brockman, and the chief scientist, Ilya Sutskever. They're arguing, they're negotiating, they're talking about equity, who should get what, the titles, all these different types of things. And Elon Musk sends an email in September 2017, and he says, "Guys, I've had enough. This is the final straw. Either go do something on your own or continue with OpenAI as a nonprofit. I will no longer fund OpenAI until you have made a firm commitment to stay, or I'm just being a fool who is essentially providing free funding for you to create a startup. Discussions are over." But something that the judge and the lawyers are highlighting a lot is Musk's potential hypocrisy. They asked this week in court, if you felt that OpenAI was no longer a nonprofit and it was so important for you to have a nonprofit, why not create one in the years since you have the money? And he said, well, I already have one. And they said, well, it's not a nonprofit anymore. And he created xAI, his own competitor, as a for-profit company. Another interesting exhibit to come out of this was in December 2016, Musk was talking to his team at Neuralink, and he brought up his concerns about beating Google DeepMind, which is one of his biggest concerns at this time. And he said, DeepMind is moving very fast. I am concerned that OpenAI is not on a path to catch up. Setting it up as a nonprofit might, in hindsight, have been the wrong move. Sense of urgency is not as high. So this is creating a lot of questions in the courtroom. You know, did you want a nonprofit or did you regret creating a nonprofit? That's the question that we're going to be exploring in the next however many days of this trial.
One of the other things that just becomes so clear watching all of this is the machinations and things that were getting in place years ago before we as a public ever saw ChatGPT as a thing. Like all this work. And some of this breakup between Elon and OpenAI was before ChatGPT was even a product. They had source code, they had some early models, but they didn't have ChatGPT as a product. Some of my favorite reporter lines covering this was, quote, "Today, the trial moved out of founder grievance and in territory and into money, motive, and control." Another great one was, "Musk wants this to look like a stolen mission. OpenAI wants it to look like a sore loser lawsuit." And then one was, once the jury hears the number like $30 billion, Musk theory becomes a whole lot easier to explain. We'll see about that. It is maybe the case of the year so far, and it really details all this interesting kind of back and forth. And then you also get the motivations of some of the tech companies. Microsoft is involved here, and Microsoft had a lawyer in court yesterday. And the lawyers questioning for Microsoft for Brockman was all like, so like Microsoft didn't have anything to do with this, right? Like Microsoft wasn't involved with some of these decisions, right? Like Microsoft didn't screw Elon, right? Microsoft's good here, right? That was all the lawyers' questions. It was all like, Microsoft's fine. Yeah, we didn't do anything, right? Very interesting, and I'd probably be listening to it right now if we weren't doing the show. So it's been fascinating. I'll keep an ear out and see if anything interesting develops. This might be the last episode we do on it for a while unless something significant happens. But speaking of significant, you know what time it is.
Now's the time. It's the song of the week. Remember, you can boost the track. They sure like that.
All right, Andrews, here's what we got. This is Temptation by the Paisley Days.
Okay.
If you boost during the track, 95% of the sats go to the artist.
Temptation clouds what once was clear. You missed her by only mere miles. Now you won't see her smile, but realization rushes through your mind. You don't have the time to love her. She cries to her mother. She deserves another. And
Well, I'm just going to make a quick call to my launch. I haven't checked in since yesterday. 774-462-5667. That's it. All right. 774-462-5667. Call now.
Call your launch. How come you never call your launch? All right, we do have a few voicemails. Thankfully, if we hadn't held voicemails over...
Right? Well, it's oh, I see why. Never mind. Yeah.
So, but we do have a couple. We have a couple fresh voicemails, thanks to Mr. Mayhem, and a couple of voicemails that we didn't get to last week, which is where we're going to start with Pacific Penguin.
What's up there, launch crew, Chris and Angela, Pacific Penguin again. I'm just listening to the new episode from the 21st, and the question of flowers, yay or nay. Personally, not a huge fan of giving flowers, mainly because of Chris's logic. They're going to die. So it seems kind of counterintuitive to spend hundreds of dollars on things that will die in like 4 days. But my current fiance, as opposed to my previous one, yeah, she's very much a flower person in the sense of like, not like every day or every week, but, in the case of, celebrations or Valentine's Day or whatever. But this question reminded me of a story where for Valentine's Day, because we're somewhat non-traditional in a lot of ways, I never really liked Valentine's Day anyway, because I always felt that if you're choosing one single day to show someone how much you love them, then you're kind of doing it wrong. It feels like you should be doing that all of the time. So she agrees with me. So, we just kind of do what we want.
So flowers all the time.
But 1 year for Valentine's Day, she sends me flowers to my work, which has like a sympathy vase, I guess, vase. And the card says, "Sorry for the VD," with the double meaning of Valentine's Day and venereal disease. So,
nice.
Mind you, neither of us have those.
Oh, sure.
But, just, I guess my fiance is just, so she's a great woman. I love her a lot. And I would probably pick I would pick no one else. Because she just has a great sense of humor. Anyway, yeah, fun story. Have fun.
That is a good story.
But,
and thank you for telling us about your venereal disease. I like that. But I believe Pacific called right back.
What's up there, JP Launch Crew?
Hey there.
So listening to the most recent...
Is this a dupe?
Unplugged.
Did dupe us?
One,
no.
I think you guys should get a phone call.
Yep.
Oh, I try to say this is actually see if you can get. Nah, no big deal. I'll maybe tell you at the end. Anyway, I'm watching or listening to the most recent episode of Linux Unplugged. Chris, you kind of got me a little bit on the tab, filling my feels, talking about the individual who recently passed away from cancer.
Bear.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a quote from a user named Technoblade. I don't know if you've heard of him or not. I didn't really follow him much when he was alive, and I've only heard kind of bits and pieces, but apparently someone in the Technoblade community, he was a Twitch streamer, said, what are you going to lose your battle with cancer? And Technoblade says when you die, it's not a loss with cancer, it's a draw. The cancer dies too.
That's right.
Take cancer with it.
It's a draw.
But cancer never wins.
Yes.
So, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a pick me up. At least it makes me feel better. Hopefully it makes you feel better. And hopefully it makes anyone dealing with it feel better. Because my mom had for cancer. Thankfully, she was able to get through it because they caught it early. But
good.
I think this is a very appropriate thing. I don't think that you should probably go ahead and, bleep this because, each of their teeth. But fuck cancer, because fuck it, stupid piece of shit. Fucking ruining all the cool things and shit. Fuck you, cancer.
Wow.
Asshole.
Yeah.
You
Thanks
never
for the
fucking
disclaimer.
win anyway. You just
Yeah.
troll.
Wow.
You a bitch. Anyway, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we need to clip that. That's
good.
so funny.
That's good. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
Good
it's
luck
a draw.
censoring that, Drew.
Thank you,
Just kidding.
Pacific Penguin. It was good to hear from you. Call back. We got a call now from Magnolia Mayhem.
Hey, Magnolia here. So places that I've gotten to be inside of have to be kind of specific.
To be clear, I asked on Lup during the bootleg, what's like a place you've been to that maybe the public doesn't have access? Because we got a tour. We told the story on the bootleg of going to Valve.
I've been in a dam inside, like the
Cool.
lower chambers, and where the pressure is really,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that kind of thing. So I think that's what Mayhem's calling about.
I have to be careful when I say this, but back when I was in the military, I was in engineering, and there were people who needed some stuff built for them. And so my squadron got the job. And so there are places that you would expect to be very exciting until you get there, and they turn out to be extremely boring. It was kind of cool. They've built certain places with the military around like old historical sites. So like there was a mountain and there was an old silver mine. Like this old prospector had his own little mine set up, and they like ran him off the land and built this place. And so it's technically like a historical place, but no one's allowed there. So there's just this old like 100-year-old shack just sitting out in the desert.
Wild.
No clue if there's still silver there. I kept wanting to go out there, and I never got permission. But, certain places, you would think they would be exciting until you get there, and they turn out to be really boring. Not good for your health, especially considering they have $1 Bud Light Platinums there with no limit.
Oh.
But how do I put this? There are places that you would think would be exciting until you get there, and it turns out they're not that exciting. What am I trying to say? Anyway, yeah, if I disappear, I am in good health and I know how to swim.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I love the next call. So Magnolia finishes up, but our producer, Majel Barrett, says Magnolia describes coming across a large, ominous hole in the ground. That's the description of the voicemail. So here we go.
But yeah, it's pretty scary when you're like, oh, what's that big hole in the ground over there? And they're like, well, don't go out there. There's a lot of plutonium in it, and you will die.
Oh,
so kind of scary, kind of cool, I guess.
Oh,
but yeah, there are some pretty cool places out there. I mean, I would like going there for an academic, just to like be like, oh, that's what's there. Not really a great place to like
hang out.
Go hang out.
Yeah,
I'm realizing how worthless this call is because I haven't actually said anything that's useful.
Well, we know it's a hole in the ground.
That's way better.
I've been places before.
Yeah.
Pretty cool places, Okay. They're great. They're great.
That's
really fun. Anyway.
Well, I appreciate the descriptive nature of those places, Mr. Mayhem. Thank you very much. And if you'd like to tell us about a place that you've been that the general public doesn't have access to, maybe you got a tour of something, whatever it is, call in and describe it for us. I find that to be fascinating. And I learned, I won't say much, because I realize now how much Valve really, 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 really appreciates their privacy. But I learned, and I suppose maybe I kind of knew this but didn't know it, and it won't surprise you when I say it, that there are a lot of tech companies in our area that are in totally unmarked public buildings inside large malls and other buildings that you enter in, and you're not entering into an office building. You're entering into a mall with a food court.
Yeah,
and
sounds like a Stranger Things.
And then you go down a hallway, and there's an elevator, and you get in the elevator, and you go to the corporate levels.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then there are some of the biggest companies you've ever heard of in the world that just don't have any branding, not a single sign. They're not on any directory listing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I want to go.
And there are companies you've all heard of. It's in Valve being one of them and others.
Yep.
It was quite the experience. Just a couple other public companies that are in the same building totally disclosed that I just saw anecdotally was Tesla's also in there. They have Tesla has an office in there. Microsoft has an office in there. None of them are labeled. None of them are. You just think you're at a public mall.
Huh.
It's the craziest thing.
And now it is time for Le Boost.
You know, Andrews, it's not too often we get a baller boost here in the old launch, but this week our podcast turned that around. Are you ready for this one?
Not our podcast, but the person.
Our podcast.
Podcast.
Okay,
like
Eric.
just the letter R.
Yep, for the programming language. And this has got to be one of our best boosts in a long time. Our podcast comes in with our baller boost at 400,000 sats.
Hey, Richard,
Oh!
you're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around.
Fun will now commence.
Greetings, launch crew. Sending some value your way to say how much my son and I enjoy your show. Producer Jason and had him giggling in the car. Your continued practical and sensible coverage of AI is the best in the industry. I wish I could say I've had top secret tour, but I've been getting a glimpse of some amazing open source projects as part of my R podcast adventures before they went public. And that feels pretty close. That is cool. You know, you get a little sense of what's coming too.
I hope, I hope his son can listen to the swearing that was earlier in the voicemails, but okay.
We do our best.
Yes.
We do our best. Check out the R Podcast, where all great podcasts can be found. I'm impressed with the run, too. Congratulations, Eric. All right, our next boost, and thank you so much for that value. Adversary 17 comes in with 33,422 sats. And Adversaries writes, live boost! Coming in live today. Thank you, Adversaries. Appreciate that very much. Good to hear from you. Little heartbeat from Adversaries.
Yep.
Our next boost comes from Outdoor Geek, and it's over 9,000. It's 10,000 sats.
It's over 9,000!
Now, is that a chicken foot? What is that? What is that?
I think it's a tulip.
Oh, it is totally a tulip.
Because I think that
that's a bulb.
Yeah, I think in
It's an ASCII
Big
tulip.
Tech Receipts, I talked about the flowers.
Yep,
So
yep. That is totally what it is.
so it's with symbols.
That's
parentheses
adorable.
and slash and
It's an
forward
ASCII
slash.
tulip.
Yep.
Well done, Outdoor. Thank you for the boost. Appreciate you. And Mr. Mayhem wraps us up with a row of ducks, 2,222 sats. Why was it so easy the first time? Dragonfly. What the F? I can't even recognize my SATA controller. Oh, I'm glad you're having some problems too. Because my machine that I'm using for the BSD challenge is still not booting BSD. It is my mission after the show to get that thing working, or I've got to pivot to another piece of hardware. The BSD challenge is on for Linux Unplugged because next week's episode, Ange.
I was just going to say, okay, so it is also episode 66 next week.
You get it.
For the launch.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
So it's 666 for LUP and it's 66 for launch.
Mhm.
Oh, it feels like we should do something with that.
Right?
So yeah, we're getting into BSD for episode 666, and
Yeah. No, that's so cool.
I think the only shot I have is I don't know if I'm going to beat Wes. I think he just feels locked in, but Brent's traveling.
Mm.
I got a good shot at beating Brent. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to take Brent out.
You're going to take your win by default?
Well, my win is going to be beating Brent. That's going to be my win. That's what I'm aiming for. All right. Thank you, everybody who boosted the launch. It's really, really nice to have a big episode here. And we really do appreciate it. So thank you also to those of you who stream sats. 6 of you stream sats, and collectively you sent in 13,624 sats just streaming while you listen. When you combine that with our baller boost and all the other boosts we got in, it was a big one. We stacked 445,644 satoshis. Yes. Yes. If you'd like to support the show, Fountain makes it really easy. There's also AlbiHub. Let's see. Magnolia came in from the podcast index, so Magnolia was using AlbiHub this week. Outdoor Geek used, it looks like Fountain FM. Adversaries also on Fountain, and our podcast using Albi and the Albi extension on the podcast index. So there you go. A nice collection of different ways to boost in on the open value for value ecosystem. You can get a Podcasting 2.0 app and get all kinds of features like transcripts, chapters, and video versions of this show. Or, you can use a Podcasting 1.0 app, and if you want to boost, you can get Albi extension and go to the podcast index.
Did you know that one of these allows you to dynamically move around the different video shots?
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Technology's getting so cool.
Yeah.
That is, why do I even need to switch anymore?
So it can fix the who's looking at who?
Yeah.
Like you could...
That'd be nice.
Right?
Let's get that AI.
As a viewer?
Yeah, let's get that AI. That's the AI I want. All right, so thank you, everybody. And also a big shout out to our Jupiter.party members. The bootleg is a big one for you this week. Hope you enjoy.
Chris found a gem, an easy flip. Let's cash it in. It's barely standing, kind of scary, but potential's extraordinary. Just trust me, it's a winner. Just trust me, it's a winner.
I feel like you're going to be impressed by my picks this week.
Okay.
I
accidentally scrolled down too far and I saw time to sell the studio.
Yep. I like one of them a lot.
Yeah, let's see.
So I'm always looking for the best bunker out there. This is the
Okay.
first one.
Yeah.
Think of
I know.
Think of it, Ange, as like a starter bunker.
Mhm.
It's $90,000. It's
Super cheap.
just south of Noxie, Oklahoma. It's got 3.17 acres, and this is the description: survive, thrive, and disappear if you want to. This isn't just land. This is a fully dialed-in survival compound with a legit Radius Engineering P6 underground bomb shelter already in place. Whether you're dreaming of off-grid freedom, cutting grocery bills, or planning for a full-blown, no neighbors, no nonsense lifestyle, this property is ready. The underground shelter is locked and loaded with everything you need to ride out whatever comes next. Toilet, shower, kitchenette, septic system, and serious storage. Power options, you've got them. Hookups for generator power, an adjacent container, and a power pole on site for those nights when the apocalypse takes rain. Oh, it takes a rain check. Outside infrastructure, good for me. Good, ready for this. Designated RV camper area and temporary living expansion. 15 by 30 fiberglass hut on a slab and fully fenced. Fully fenced. Now, the thing that I think you cannot appreciate from the description, that you have to look at the photos, and we'll have a link in the show notes, is this is a multi-bunker platform. First, you've got the up top level bunker, and then you've got what can only be described as a Lost-style hatch in the ground.
Yeah.
From the show Lost.
Yes.
And it opens up, and then there, just like in the movie Lost, is this long tunnel and ladder down into what looks like a bunker from like a sci-fi television show.
From the 80s, abandoned in the 70s or 80s.
And it's given semi-steampunk to me as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah.
But I just love, it's like a giant mushroom capsule lid. And then they've got the fantasy photo down at the very, very bottom here.
Right.
And it shows you what the compound could be as a fully functional off-grid farm where like the underground bunker's located at, the topside bunker, where you might build a house, where you could have some open pastures and some chickens with room to grow, they say.
Yeah.
And that's $90,000. So if you actually did just want a piece of property with a bunker, then it's ready to go. All right, but that's not for us.
No.
We don't want to go to Oklahoma.
Ew.
Right? We're looking for something local.
Okay.
So I say perhaps it's time
Oh, a tiny house.
to sell the studio.
Oh,
So
my gosh.
For Washington State, in Gold Bar, $250,000 is basically a free house. Now, it is small, but it is riverfront perfection.
It's not just small.
Yeah. It's tiny.
It's really cute, though.
It's the cutest.
It's literally a shed.
It might.
It's not even the size of a she shed or whatever.
It looks like a tiny barn.
Yeah.
It looks like, but the inside.
A barn shed.
The inside is gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, this is what Abby wants.
Is this not gorgeous though?
Yeah, no, this is exactly. Abby wants a loft area with only enough room for a bit, like a king size bed or a combination of bigger.
But what it's really about is the view. You're on the river with a gorgeous.
Okay, how much is it? Oh, $250,000 in Gold Bar.
I know. For Washington State, on the river.
With a deck?
With
On
two
the
decks.
river.
Beautiful interior.
Wow.
It's basically a free home by Washington standards on the river. It's crazy. Yeah, it's got a little loft, so it's essentially a tiny barn that they've turned into a very nice inside tiny home. The only big drawback for me is I don't think there's anywhere to park Jupes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, we sell Jupes, we sell the studio, and I move into a teeny tiny home that's smaller than my RV. No. It doesn't have a shed, though. I don't have a shed right now. It's so perfect. It's so adorable. It's got a little cabin perched high above the river, and then a deck that you go out on. And also it has a detached wash house, because I guess it doesn't have a built-in bathroom.
Yeah.
But
I see it.
you put a little hot tub and a barbecue on that deck.
I wonder what the flood zone is like there.
It's up pretty high. They say there's room to build a gazebo and a fire pit.
Oh my gosh.
Is it not?
Look at that daybed too.
If, post kids, something like that, this could be all you'd ever need.
Yeah.
$250,000, 120 square feet. It actually is less square footage in the RV.
I can't believe this studio costs less than that, or didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it did when I bought it back in the day. Yeah, but that was like 15 years ago.
More than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
I've been wondering.
2004.
Really? It's 2004?
Or 2000. Yeah, I think 2005.
God, that sounds right. And that was like, I thought that would be one of many homes I would buy back then.
Yeah.
Because
one of two.
Well, it was, yeah. But I thought that, and then I thought there'd be, I don't know, man. Yeah, pretty crazy. But yeah, it is. Yeah, that does cost. Yeah, it's beautiful little place though. Even if you just want to dream, go look at the links.
HOA.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that Riverside
Also,
property.
Where's the map? Where's the map of the? I didn't see a map.
Yeah, I should link a map because it is neat to see of where Gold Bar's at and all that.
And the neighbors
and
such.
And there's there's going to be a neighbor factor at a place like this.
For sure. That's what I'm.
Yeah. That's the downside to living in these tight little river properties in our area is they get really super hyper managed. Maybe for better, maybe for worse. It kind of depends on your opinion on that. All right. Well, go check it out at weeklylaunch.rocks. You'll find episode 65 over there where you can find a link to those and everything else. And it does make it special if you join us live. There is something special. There's a vibe to the live show. So you can catch us next Tuesday or catch us in your podcast app Wednesday morning. We'd love it if you did that. Of course, there's the chat room and the mumble room. They're always cooking. You can jump in there 24/7, but definitely during the live shows, things just kick up to the next level. And, you get to be in on the making of the thing. That's kind of fun. All right, I got to get out of here. Thank you very much for listening from the beautiful Pacific Northwest and the mighty American West Coast. Thank you for listening, and we will see you right back here next week.
Tasty burger.
All right. Now we got to do our titles. So I think we're ready to get that cooking whenever you are.
That's crazy because that's like a $3,000 shed
Yeah.
that they're selling for $250.
Yeah, or like maybe honestly like a 25 it should be like a 20, 30,000. I mean, it could be a expensive shed, but yeah. Well, a lot of it's the land. It's got to be. It's got to be most of the value, right? Is the land.
Yeah.
So
and the view.
Oh, what a spot.
Yeah.
I
was just doing a mortgage calculator on it.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, $250, it's like a reasonable payment, I imagine, right?
$250 with 50 down, it would be $1,500 a month.
50% down, you still paying
50,000.
Oh, $50K.
Down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
no, not 50. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking my car payment's up in a couple months.
Oh, really? Already? That's so nice.
Yeah, I did a 4-year.
Yeah. Good.
Let's see. So, okay. Yeah, so I wanted to make my show time more efficient.
Yeah.
I have to keep my computer and my phone awake.
Yeah, you always got your phone there for Element, and the phone likes to turn the screen off.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's an active chat. Like, I don't know why it does that. But anyway, so I went to get Element on my computer, and when I put get and install and did my fingerprint, it said, this application requires macOS 15.5 or later.
Okay.
And so I thought, interesting. When was
what
am I even on? And what is the current one?
The current macOS is like 26, I think.
26.4.1.
So you got to be like
I'm in Ventura 13.1.
13.
Yeah. So am I going to totally mess up my laptop by upgrading it? Now, I don't really do much on it, and it's not my primary computer.
It's your work or something, or
no, or it's for this. It is literally just for the show.
Wow, boy, then why not?
Right?
Why not roll the dice?
Just move it straight up to 26.
Wow. So macOS Ventura came out at WWDC 2022.
Yeah.
In June 6th.
That's probably when I bought this. Remember my battery was
Yeah. That is probably when you bought it. And so that's the OS it came with.
Yeah.
That kind of was
I can't believe I haven't been
I'll tell you what,
sooner.
You've actually unintentionally missed a bunch of crap. Some of the releases were just junk. So.
I know. I tend to wait and ask you what you've heard about.
They're not the most favorite releases. Although I'm hearing less gripe about the latest version 26. I would definitely back up anything important.
There's I don't store anything on this.
Andrew's sunbathing photo dilemma.
Yeah.
Safety for
Combining topics there.
Safety for you, features for me is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fucking good, my cookie. I like that a lot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to swear. I just like that.
He went to lunch. So he's no longer alive.
Oh, okay. The Musk cloud. Boo boom, boom boom. $40 million drama was mine because that's about the amount that Musk put in. Elon Muskie versus Sam the Altman. Cookie's on fire today. Stop writing down your crimes was a good one. I also thought Dear Crime Diary could be one, Dear Crime Diary, today I'm going to fraud crime. Today I'm going to crime. Yeah. Now remember, we do want you to call the launch. Talk about your photo management and places you've sneaky gone.
462-5667. The phone is cool again, didn't you hear? Leave a voicemail, we'll play it loud and clear. Text is fine, but voice, that's flair. We wanna hear your actual air. Quick call, big thoughts, small complaints. We take them all, hot takes or saints. Chat with Chris, rant to Angela. Tell us what's broke or what went bang. Ask for a call back, join the list. This hotline slaps, don't get it missed. So grab your phone, make it count. Say something odd, deep or paramount. 774-462-5667.
Call the launch.
Might just launch you to podcast heaven.
Nerd Fight's not bad, too. Oh, we got some tough ones. Dear Crime Diary, 40 Million Drama. Safety for You, Features for Me. I like that one a lot. I think that's one we should go with.
Yeah, let's go with it.
My cookie's not here to take the win, but I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Safety for You, Features for Me.
Well, my cookie will see it if they're subscribed and see it hit the feed tomorrow.
That's true. Thank you, everybody. That was a good one. I like that. Those are some good titles. I liked all of those. This is a harder choice this week, which is always a good problem to have. That's my favorite problem to have. All right.
Hey, do you want to possibly solve something for me really quick as a tech guy?
Yeah, what's that?
What is a good widescreen Dell all-in-one?
Specifically Dell?
Yeah. And kind of like on the cheaper side.
You know, I don't know if I have a good Dell one.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
But I would know if I would know if I saw it.
Yeah.
I used to know their Dell all-in-ones because I even reviewed one.
Basically a NUC, but in a monitor.
Yeah.
So that it's not a NUC and a monitor.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of like the iMac approach, which is nice. Wow. I'm just looking. They totally have changed the lineup.
Are they pretty cheap? Like $400 or $500?
No.
Or?
This one starts at $799, but it's pretty low end.
Mm.
It's got a seller on.
Yeah, it just has to run karaoke software.
Oh, well, they would do that.
Yeah.
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah.
They probably have some with touchscreens, too, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Oh, man, I get in so much trouble because the laptop we use currently is a touchscreen, and I that just doesn't make sense to me. I've never had one.
You know, if you're going for that, what I would probably do.
Oh, yes. All right. Then your other recommendation.
I would probably go to the Dell Refurb store because they sell directly.
Oh, yeah.
And
is it? Yeah.
That's where you're going to. Yeah, Dell Refurb store. And then they don't always have all of the models and all of the categories.
What is it called? An all-in-one like that?
I think they just call it the all-in-one.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was calling it that, but
I'm sure they have like a Dell Opti name for it or something. I'm not quite sure. I'm looking at it. Oh boy, there's a ton of stuff on this page. Yeah, you would want to get the name, it looks like, because you have to filter based on that. So you do want the product name.
Oh, it's AIO. All in one.
AIO? Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what they used to call it too. I don't see AIO systems on the used page. I wonder Dell. But the Dell Refurb stores, I've bought a few things from it. I wonder if you could find it. Because I think that would be, if you're looking for a cheap, yeah, here we go, refurbished all-in-one desktop. So I just searched for Dell refurbished AIO desktop. Okay, I mean, it's a really nice system, but it's $839.
Oh, yeah, no, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
I was hoping for something that we could possibly leave there and not be too worried about it.
Oh.
But.
Does it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you might be able to find one on eBay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's an old one. There's an old one I reviewed years ago. If you could find that on eBay, it was a great machine. All right, safety for you, features for me. It is. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mumble Room, for hanging with us. Appreciate you guys up there in the quiet listening, and of course, thank you to our live chat.
A nucator. That's funny.
Mumble Room, take the rest of the day off. Okay, you've earned it. There's a lot of work for you, and I want you to rest and be ready for the next one. So do the appropriate, responsible thing, and just take the rest of your entire Tuesday off. Thank you, Mumble Room. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody watching live. I mean, you make it special. And then thank you to our members, because you make it actually possible. So we really do appreciate you, and hope to see you back here not only on Sunday for a big old Linux Unplugged for the free BSD challenge, but also Tuesday for a brand new episode of The Launch.
We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming. Jupiter party members, you are our saviors. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. You can support us by joining Jupiter Party. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can give us a like, you can comment, you can share it, you can follow us, subscribe, ring the bell. We appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back. Call the launch. You gotta remember to call the launch. Thank you.